Alright, back from checking out RRR Grand Cinema Sunshine, Bestia Theater. Went to the merch section, picked up two things. Hey, let's take a look what we got. Okay, yeah, number one. Alright, back from checking out RRR Grand Cinema Sunshine, Bestia Theater. Went to the merch section. Just great craftsmanship. I think the epitome of does that type of technique, and then finally putting your pieces together. It's about repetition. Take a look at the RRR buttons. Here, Bheem, water, Rama, fire, heroes of the film. And here the logo for the film. Rise, roar, revolt, RRR. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's pick that up, and also picked up the RRR pamphlet. Yeah, films in Japan, they all have these pamphlets that you can pick up. They don't come so cheap though, so but yeah, let's check it out. Here, our title logo, RRR. Here, Bheem, Rama. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, look at that. The epitome of heroic. Like, check that out. That is so cool. Let's see. There we got Sita, Rama, Bheem again. Story in Japanese. Yeah, I'm gonna have to study a lot to do this. Cool. We got the character profiles. Jenny. Scott, boo, and Catherine, boo. But in all seriousness, great actor, great actress. Here, Bheem and Mari. Yeah, this retrieve story, bringing family back together. Here we have Rama and Sita, lovers, and here Rama's father, Benkata. Oh god, what a great father-son story, just full of emotion. It's just tremendous, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And here you go, one of the stars of the film, NTR Jr. Komoram Bheem. Okay, here, this scene here, the kind of public flogging, an example of one of the great things that how the film is written. And I think a lot of the great films have this similar technique of repetition. Here, when we're introduced to Bheem, he's trying to capture a wolf, actually, but then gets kind of chased by this tiger. And so then he's trying to hold the tiger in the net, pulling these two ropes left and right, and showing his his strength. And throughout the film, he's the same kind of imagery where he's chained both left and right, different tones, strength, sadness, and so on. Really good stuff. And here's the scene I was talking about, the introduction of Bheem. But here is element water, and he's more free. His power, unleash his power. Yeah, really cool stuff. And here, Ramcharan as Rama. Here's another example. Beginning of the film, when even though he fights off the crowd to bring in the man who threw the rock, the stone, destroying the picture of the general or whatever. And here he's just unleashing his frustration on the punching bag. It's the beginning of the film, but later on when he realizes that his best friend Bheem is the man that he's been hunting for, he goes back to the punching bag, but this time it's not frustration, it's just this frustration plus just sadness, he's completely torn about the choice he has to make. Here's transformation. Not too familiar with the Indian gods, but I believe it's Shiva, perhaps. This is a great scene. I mean, even this scene was repeated in a way. The public flogging. Rama watches one of the members of the crowd doing similar type of action, to fight off the British soldiers and try to free Bheem. That type of repetition. It's a really fine line between predictability and creativity, but that's the writer's job. I think that's something that we always have to be conscious of. It's not simply a linear process, the story beginning, middle to end, but it's this kind of circular beginning, middle, end. As I've heard once, the journey is not just from A to B, but from A to deeper dimensions of A. Just great craftsmanship. Let's see what else. Talk about friendship story. I think the epitome of masculinity that I think Hollywood and Western stories are really lost at. I mean, kind of keep it simple, you know what I mean? But here, another example of the great repetitions that the writing goes through. The writing executes, skillfully. I mean, the montage when they're becoming friends and they're just kind of like talking, the song's going, and then Bheem puts Rama on his shoulders and he's working out, and then it through the story it comes to this point here where there's this huge action set piece of Bheem helping Rama, the prison escape. It's just phenomenal. Really good stuff. Great, check this out. Got the profiles here, actors and actresses. Alia Bhatt as Shita, and Ajay Devon. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Wow, I mean, he should be an action icon too. He's really good. Ray Stevenson as Scott. Bad guy. And his wife, I'm assuming it's his wife, in the film, Alison Doody as Catherine. Really vicious woman. I love these pamphlets. Check this out. The way the film, the way the story, the way the direction and the writing plays with repetition. It's one of the great things I think this film RRR does. Many great films do. And most recently, Top Gun Maverick, I think, does that type of technique. Something to really pay attention to after, just writing stream of consciousness and then finally putting your pieces together. It's about repetition and showing how it evolves and, the different tones that we can present with repeated actions. RRR, just fantastic. Okay, let's see what else this pamphlet has. Look at this 2-page spread dedicated to the director, writer SS Rajamouli. Fantastic filmography. First film 2001, student number 1. 2003, Sim Hardi. 2004, Sie, I think. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. And then, big films that I've heard of. The Bahubali, the beginning, and Bahubali, the conclusion. Definitely gonna check those out. This is, it isn't this story of, like recent stories in Marvel and DC about capitalist realism and, the heroes of capitalism, pretty much. But, revolutionaries trying to free their, their homes from colonialism and imperialism. Those stories are always, that's a deep story. Much better than capitalist realist stories. Fantastic. And there are production notes and fantastic page dedicated to the Nattu. I think a really great example of scene construction in this film RRR. That I've noticed scene by scene, they often start off with the small elements, and then they build up to big elements. So, for example, you got Bheem and Rama entering the party, just the two of them, and then they meet up with Jenny here, and then just expands into this huge group dance competition there. And I think that's one of the ways that they construct scenes, going through contrasts and opposites. So if they go from the small, or at least just kind of like focusing in on the small part of the scene, and then build up to a big part. That's just one example of playing around with contrasts, and that's what I think this film, Top Gun Maverick, also really does well. And it's something that writers can, at least help them to focus how to construct their writing. Usually the process is, you just jot everything down. But then the editing process, finding those common repeated actions or images and so on, and then putting it together from beginning, middle, and ending, showing some kind of contrast, opposites and so on. Just really well done. Gotta watch the film to see what I'm talking about. And fantastic, the ending credits with the historical figures of India. I really want to do some more reading on this and learn more about history of India and so on. There you go. Here's the goods that I've shown in previous videos. Alright, there you go. Blu-ray library. Let's see what we got here. Bahubali 1 and 2. Magadida. We'll check that out. Definitely. And here we go. NTR Jr., Ram Charan, Bheem, and Rama. And fantastic film. Every time I watch it, always learning something new about the craft of cinema and the craft of writing. Really recommend everyone watch this film. One of the best films I've seen in a very long time. RRR. Alright, so thanks for listening. Hope it's given you some ideas about writing, the writing process, the craft of writing, and just the enjoyment of writing, enjoyment of film and cinema. But share your thoughts in the comments. Love to read them and connect the minds of writers and cinema lovers all around the world. But yeah, let's make RRR, our focal point. All right, thanks. See you again.